It's Tuesday and it's time for the Now Report on TV47 yet again. Mko ready? Sawa sawa. I am yet again a very happy man. Drew, I know, sawa, this will be the last time that I say this, but Arsenali walishindwa. I promise that this is the last time nasema kitu kama hiyo. Sawa guys. Haya. The government may raise serious concerns over the rising use of tobacco and emerging nicotine products among young people, warning that the trend threatens to reverse progress made against related illnesses. Now, speaking during World No Tobacco Day celebrations in Mbeere South, Director of Primary Healthcare Dr. Joel Gondi, representing Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale, Ali accused the industry of using deceptive marketing tactics like flavored products and social media influencer campaigns to hook the youth. Dr. Gondi Ali notes that the products like e-cigarettes, vapes, and nicotine pouches are falsely marketed as safe, fashionable alternatives, despite containing highly addictive nicotine and harmful chemicals that contribute to the 12,000 tobacco-related deaths recorded annually in Kenya. Now, to counter this trend, which affects over 230,000 youth aged 15 to 24, the government is intensifying law enforcement, expanding public awareness, and reviewing the Tobacco Control Act through an amendment bill to strictly regulate synthetic nicotine and vaping products, while calling on parents, schools, and policymakers to help protect future generations from addiction.
Ladies and gentlemen, in Kenya, tobacco use remains a major public health concern despite considerable progress achieved over the years. Current estimates indicate that tobacco use contributes approximately 12,000 deaths annually in our country, equivalent to more than 30 preventable deaths every single day. The Kenya Demographic and Health Survey shows that tobacco use prevalence declined from approximately 12% in 2014 to about 9% in 2022, reflecting the impact of sustained tobacco control interventions. Further, findings from the Tobacco, Alcohol, Drugs and Substance Abuse Survey of 2022 indicates that approximately 8.5% of Kenyans aged between 15 and 65 years currently use tobacco products, representing nearly 2.3 million people nationwide.
Ningetaka kuwahimiza watu, sigara sio kitu mzuri. Especially hao watoto wanavuta sigara, inakuharibu kabisa. Kwa fikie hii nini niko naye hapa, hii miaka niko naye, mtakuwa umeharibika kabisa. Juu sasa wakati nileta kuvuta sigara, hata kukimbia na kukimbia mimi nilikuwa nakimbia zamani. Sasa ningehimiza hao madaktari wa mashinani, sisi ndio tunaweza fikia hao watu huko mashinani. Tuwafunze madhara ya sigara na tuwaambie sigara sio mzuri, ndio sasa waweze kuacha, ndio tuwe na a healthy county pamoja na a healthy nation. Thank you.
I hope mmesikia guys. There is tobacco in there. Mjipende, protect your health. Sawa. So yes, if you're taking it, just know the risks you're taking are still high. You might be told that it's not as serious as cigarettes, but still the effects are still the same. Now, thousands of Kenyans, joined by the human rights groups and former Chief Justice David Maraga, protested across Nairobi CBD today to demand that President William Ruto declare femicide a national crisis, prompted by recent brutal murders, including a local singer set on fire. The march follows the National Police Service's creation of specialized unit for intimate partner violence. The crisis is underscored by the Heinrich Roll Stiftung's Femicide Report 2025, which states at least 220 women and girls were killed last year, mostly in private homes. Furthermore, data revealed that 77% of these killings are committed by their acquaintances, primarily husbands and partners, while FIDA Kenya continues to receive about 70 gender-based violence cases weekly.
As the country marked Madaraka Day celebrations, women and human rights activists assembled at Jivanjee Gardens in Nairobi for a peaceful memorial sit-in and awareness march. Their mission was to honor women lost to femicide and children reported missing across the country. They marched with a banner carrying the names of 67 women who have reportedly lost their lives between January to May 2026, all in cases linked to femicide. Upon arriving at Kenyatta Avenue, protesters sat down in silence to mourn the victims and stand in solidarity with affected families.
Today we came onto the streets because we have written petitions. We have spoken to the government. We were part of the coalition and the task force. We gave our views, but nothing is changing.
According to Amnesty Kenya, 3 women are killed every day, while government statistics indicate that 1 child goes missing every hour.
These are Kenyans, these are citizens of this country who qualify to be defended in line with the Constitution, especially Article 28 of our Constitution, which guarantees the safety and security of the person.
The participants who attended the peaceful protest called for stronger action from government agencies and justice institutions to protect women and children.
Here we are walking as citizens. Where are our leaders? Commemorating happy man. What is so happy about today?
The government that is supposed to protect you is doing nothing about it. President has said nothing.
How can it be Madaraka when the lives of women and our children are at risk, when our women continue to die, when our kids continue to be abducted?
Activists also outlined a list of demands they want implemented. Among them is the recognition of femicide as a national crisis, specialized support services for women and children, dedicated courts to handle femicide and child killing cases, stronger sentencing for offenders, and the mandatory vetting for individuals working with children. As the memorial event came to a close, participants joined together in song, sending a message of hope, unity, and peace. The rising cases of femicide in Kenya have sparked a major concern as activists call on the government to urgently declare it as a national disaster and protect both women and children across the country. Michelle Mwangi, TV47, Nairobi.
So guys, the match ilifanyika jana, not today. And nangoja, niko sure kila mtu hapa anangojea aone gava itafanya nini kuhusu hii story. And I hope and we all pray for positive results, of course. This is getting a bit too much. So, now, Jimmy Wanjigi urged President Ruto to abandon plans for an Ebola quarantine facility in Kenya, stating that in a severe public health risks. Speaking in Mombasa, Wanjigi argued the president would bear full responsibility if citizens contract the disease, rejecting the project as dangerous. The Safina party leader also challenged the opposition to move beyond one-term slogans and present concrete solutions to the country's economic issues. Wanjigi earlier announced he will launch a presidential campaign once his nationwide governance and policy consultation forums conclude.
Si alichukua oath ya ofisi yake. Oath of allegiance inasema you protect the people of Kenya. You protect the people of Kenya. Na hiyo oath inaonekana is going against the oath of the people of Kenya. Wa American ambao hata Trump anasema hawataki waingie huku, unawaalika hapa kuletea ugonjwa wa Ebola. Rais William Ruto, you swore an allegiance to the people of Kenya. You are being judged. And if one Kenyan dies because you have broken that allegiance, as you have many times, it is on your head, and you will face the wrath of God.
Yes. I'm very curious to hear what you guys feel or think about this Ebola situation. And of course, mnajua pa kutupata on our social media handles. Tafadhalini tell us what you actually feel or think about this. Now, communities affected by flooding in Chalaluma and neighboring areas of Lamu County may receive targeted medical services following a sharp increase in flood-related diseases. Speaking during the medical outreach exercise, Lamu County Red Cross Coordinator Abdulakim Abdu noted that the persistent floods have significantly heightened the risk of ailments such as diarrhea, fever, and skin infections. Ali emphasized that the organization is actively collaborating with the government and various stakeholders to provide affected residents with essential healthcare services and humanitarian assistance. Meanwhile, Lamu West Hospital Administrator Dr. Marion Muli highlighted that the floods have exacerbated the risk of waterborne illnesses driven by contaminated water and poor sanitation. Dr. Muli urged local residents to maintain strict environmental hygiene, utilize safe water for domestic use, and follow professional health guidance to safeguard themselves against potential disease. Outbreak now during and after the flooding. Majijo, chekini story.
Leo takriban watu 100 tumeweza kuwafikia, na pia tumeweza kufanya deworming ya wanafunzi karibu 98 wanafunzi wa shule ambao kwamba pia tumeona kuna haja ya kufanyia deworming. Kwa hivyo tukitumia madaktari wetu tumeweza kufanya zoezi hili. Pia tumeweza kuangalia mambo ya lishe bora, nutrition, mambo ya counseling na pia mambo ya public health, kwa sababu kitu kikubwa ambacho kwamba kimegundulika ni kwa hii maji imekuja kwa namna nyingine. Watu wengi wanalalamika kujikuna na maradhi ya ngozi. Kwa hivyo sisi kama shirika pia tukishirikiana na department ya public health ama department ya medical services kwa jumla, tumekuja kuleta zile water treatment tablets ambapo kwamba ni pur na nyinginezo, na wanajamii wameelezewa, wamekuwa sensitized pia watumie zile madawa ili kupunguza yale maradhi ambapo kwamba wamelalamika.
And as promised, as you can see, we are still keeping track ya your story, and any more information that comes our way utanipata nimeketi hapa nikikuambia. Sawa. Now, Kwale County Deputy Governor Chirema Kombo has led residents in mourning Zuhura Rama Higa, a 17-year-old student who perished in the tragic dormitory fire at Utumishi Girls Secondary School. Higa, a resident of Diani, alikuwa na pursue her education under the sponsorship of the Kwale County Government program before her life was cut short in the disaster. Speaking during the Madaraka Day celebrations at Baraza Park in Kwale Town, Deputy Governor Kombo also raised concerns of escalating human-wildlife conflict in the region. Ali Specialized highlighted recent elephant invasions that have been destroying resident farms and crops in the Samburu area, calling for attention to the issue alongside the tragic loss of the student.
Ya msichana wetu Zuhura ambaye aliangamia na huo mkasa, sote tukaweze kusimama. Ni Wakwale pale Diani Ukunda, na tulikuwa tunamlipia kama serikali, na tukaweze kupata dakika moja kuungana na familia kuomboleza mkasa huu. Swala la ndovu linazidi kudidimiza uchumi wa watu wa Kwale katika nyanda za Kinango na Samburu na Lungalunga. Na wamenihakikishia ya kwamba baada ya mkutano huu, hawa maofisa ambao wamekuwa parede hapa, kikosi kimoja kitaenda kupambana na hao ndovu ili ndovu waende park na wananchi wabaki kwa mashamba.
It is a sigh of relief for residents, farmers na matatu operators in Lari constituency after Gavaili announced plans to resume construction of the long-neglected Githunguri-Ruiru Uplands Road, a project that has remained stalled for years despite repeated appeals from the local community. The critical link road, which connects Githunguri, Ruiru and Uplands Nakuru Highway, has stood as a symbol of decades of infrastructure challenges for the area. Initially commissioned by the Deputy President William Ruto on June 22, 2018, with an expected completion date of 2020, construction stalled midway, leaving the key corridors incomplete.
Hizo vitu ambazo tunaweka, mnaweza zita beacons, lakini kwetu tunazita controls. Tunazita control manake ndizo zina control information yote katika barabara. Hizo vitu msing'oe, manake mking'oa mnarudisha survey ya nyuma sana, kabla aanzie tena mahali alianzia. Arudi tena unapata atashapoteza karibu wiki mbili. So tafadhali wacha zikae hapo, tuzitumie kupata information ya barabara, na ndio kazi ya kujenga barabara iende haraka, manake nyinyi ndio mnahitaji barabara zaidi. Tufanye land acquisition, ama hatununui shamba ya serikali tena upya. shamba tayari ilikuwa gazetted already kama road reserve. Na hiyo road reserve vile ilikuwa gazetted na vile iko katika map ya Survey of Kenya, hiyo ndiyo tunatumia, na hiyo map inaonyesha waziwazi mahali barabara iko na mahali block ya shamba tofauti ziko.
Yes, that is all for today. Najua mmechoka na mimi, lakini bado mtaniona hapa kesho. And of course, in the evening, Daddy Mato with the Now Report at 6:30 p.m. But that is all for me today. You take care and have a lovely day. Sawa sawa.